There we go. Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to my channel, Bricolage with Pink Girly. There was a lot of traffic this morning. I had to wait to get logged in. Oh my, oh my. It's just been the last couple of weeks I've experienced that. I'm not sure what's happening. It's so good to see everyone. Good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. So Candy was in bright and early. Oh, look, I'm making a mess. I'm trying to get these pencils in a little tin right in front of me. I thought I had my sound down on my phone, but no. Here we go. All right, so let's see who all's here. I know Vale is here. Good morning. And we've got Candy. Good morning. I see Brenda Mack. In case some other Brendas come in, I say Brenda Mack. I hope that's okay, Brenda. And then we've got Shaz. She's in here. And I just saw Bug pop in. Hello, hello. Teresa said you made it. Welcome in, Lori. Thanks, Teresa. So I just have to share first thing this morning. I have a praise. I just, God is so good to me. I was telling a few girls yesterday. I think I was telling them anyway. I was telling somebody I lost a whole container of medicine, and it's medicine that I cannot just stop taking. I have to be weaned off of it. So if I miss a day or two, I really start to feel kind of terrible. And we're headed away on vacation for a few days on Wednesday. So I went to take my medicine. Good morning, Janice. Welcome in. And oh, View, I forgot View. View is here. She scrolled past. Good morning, View. And so I need to take it regular. And I go to take my medicine the other day. I had 3 pills in my bottle, and it said I had a refill. So I called the pharmacist, and they said, no, there's no refill. So I went through the whole prompt thing and said they would call my doctor and get it worked out. So I got a message from my doctor that they refilled the prescription. So I thought I was, in good order. So I call, and the pharmacist answered, and she said, you don't have any refills on this. We just filled it in June. And I'm like, she said, it's a 90-day supply. And I'm like, I have 3 pills. She said, look at the date on the container you're looking at. And sure enough, it was March. I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, I have no idea where this is. And she said, well, we could probably do an override, but why don't you look around a little bit, see if you can find it. So I looked everywhere, linen closet, bedroom, long story short, I'm desperate. I was going to call this morning and say, I need you to do the override, but I need it by Wednesday if that's at all possible. And I just glanced over to my right, moved something, and there was the new prescription, the full bottle right there. God is so good to me. I praise him for that. So I'm home free, can take my medicine, go on vacation, and living life large. How about that? I see Linda has come in. Good morning, Linda. And there's G3. Good morning, Brenda. All right. So listen, I was trying to decide what to do today, and Jacqueline was throwing around some ideas for me. And what she was suggesting kind of got me to this point. So I'm just going to color today. And I was able to do a little shopping the other day. Scooter and I went out for some lunch, and we went to a Jersey Shore point and looked at some beautiful hydrangeas and landscaping. And then on our way back, I noticed a Hobby Lobby. So I said, do you mind if we go in there? She said no. So we went in, and I got a few things. This is one of the things I got. I thought the price was very reasonable. I love her stuff. I have several of her books, but I didn't have this one. So I picked it up. And I thought today I might like to work on this one. Now, for me, I don't know how it is for everyone, but I know not everybody likes the color. That's fine. We're all different. But I love it, and I've loved it for quite some time and quite addicted to it. And usually when I look at a color book page, I see it almost in color. I can see what I want to do to it. The colors just pop into my head. In most cases, I have a friend who said to me, I could never color. It would not be relaxing to me because I wouldn't know what to color. And that sounded just a little foreign to me because for me, I look at something and for the most part, I know what I want to do with it. And most of my pages that I do are straight up just color pencil. And okay, I've got two things here I'm looking at for chat. Oh, you got a buffering circle, Candy? There's a lot of traffic. So far, I've got no buffering. So, okay, Candy. All right, so I saw this and I thought, oh, this is what I'd like to do. Now, for me, most of my pages that I do, and of course, I just started this one, so I don't have much done in here. I just started these front pages. And I generally just do straight up pencil. But, watching Dee Dee, oh, she's got it better. Okay, good. Hey, Judy, good morning. Sometimes she'll do pan pastels or she'll put some watercolor down, and it just kind of helps with some of the whiteness. And then you can just go in and kind of just do your contrasting and shadowing or however you want to handle that part. So to save time, I'm not fast. Dee Dee is really fast. She colors really, really quickly. So now, when I looked at this, I thought, well, now, if you've ever bought some of Joanna's, hey, Ann, hi, good morning, color books, her pages aren't white. They're kind of a creamy color. And her pages are heavier. It's not watercolor, but they're a nice weight. And you've got images on both sides. I don't know if all her books are like that, but all the ones I have, I believe, are. And you can get them in all sizes. I just found my little one. I have this little miniature enchanted forest, and then I've got the enchanted forest, the big size too. But all her pages, I don't know if you can tell, are like a creamy. It's not a white, like, not that it matters, but there's definitely a difference. But sometimes you might want to do some kind of a background. So I didn't want to do the color pencil, so I put acrylic paint behind here, and I used one called Tropical Blue, hoping that my flowers will pop out. Now, the book is called Wildflowers, so some of these look like sunflowers to me, and others maybe not so much. So I'm just going to do what I want because they're wild. Boop, boop. So I decided I'm going to wash some color on some of these flowers. I'm going to do a light yellow, I believe, or more of a creamy color, and a pink. And I put this light blue watercolor paint behind. This is I'm calling this my second background. And this is, Gamby, boop, boop, Kurtaki watercolor paints. And this is their Art Nouveau set. So I use this light blue here to go behind. And now I'm going to come back in with my little Timmy stencil and do this little, to me, looks like a lattice grid kind of a thing. And I'm going to try the peeled paint because I think that might look good. At least in my head, it looks good. So I don't know how close I can get to this gutter thing over here. So I might just start here and we'll just see. So I've got my little brush and I'm just going right on top of that blue. And it might be a little much. I got a little heavy there. I'll lighten that up a little bit. So it doesn't look too terribly bad. It doesn't really look like I imagined, but I might lighten up in a couple of spots and then darken in a couple of more. Just give it a little more light. I don't always treat the backgrounds, but sometimes I just get an idea and so I want to go with it. It just kind of quiets the irritating voice in my head. You should have done that. You should have done that. Maybe, and hopefully you don't have that little voice, but sometimes I do. Not all the time, but sometimes. So how is everyone this morning? It's another beautiful day here. Is our Joycey here? There she is. Morning, Joyce. So it really got heavy there. I don't know if some of that would erase off. I'm going to try to let it not bother me. So if coloring drives you crazy because it takes too long, this might be an idea for you. And you certainly could scribble in and color in some with some watercolor pencils and then go in and spread your color around. You could do it that way. I'm going to try just watering down a little bit here in this little plastic palette thing I have and see if I can get some color down quickly. And then, of course, that has to dry. So I have my heat tool plugged in here, of course. And you can let it dry naturally too, but when you're on the clock, you gotta go a little quicker. Now, my sisters are not really into coloring. My youngest sister has tried it a little bit. It's just so for her. My middle sister, she kind of likes to watercolor, and she's good at doing her own thing, really. Now, a lot of times I'll break the spine down a little bit more to try to get this, flat. That's the only trouble with this kind of thing. And trying to get in there. Maybe if I just put a little green in there, it won't stick out as much. That's okay. And quite honestly, nobody's going to look at this but me after today. So there's that, So anyone have any yummy plans? I don't know. We went to the pool yesterday. I didn't go. So I don't know if we do that today. My fillies are, I don't know if they're just getting tired, but phew, they're running out of gas, girls. They're running out of gas. A little disappointing last night's game. Of course, they're playing them damn Yankees. Oh, really? Yeah, really, Joyce? No. Hi, Malia. Hi, my sweetie. I didn't see your message. I think you messaged our group. I have to go back and look. I got in my comfy chair last night, and I made it through the ball game, and my eyes just started to get heavier and heavy. And my husband said, "Are you going to sleep?" And I'm like, "I think I am." So we turned out all the lights, and I sleep in my chair. And oh, baby, by 9 o'clock, lights out. I passed out. Good morning, Gail. So already we've got, it looks in just a little bit of time, it looks like we're doing something. So I'm going to continue on this little plan I have here. Now, of course, I'm going to try to put some wash of a green in here as well. So I'm going to pull my paint palette, my paints back down, and I'm going to grab, see, I think this yellow is going to be a little too yellowy and mustardy for what I want. So I'm going to go with this kind of creamy, yellowy kind of color. Now this here is, what was I going to say? This is watercolor, and if you're not familiar with watercolors at all, you want to spritz them and wet them down a little bit so you can try to get that pigment to start moving. So I kind of used up all this space. Maybe I'll put it in one of these. So I'm gonna grab a little watercolor brush, a smaller one. Well, maybe not so small. Let's see. I'm going to get this bigger one, see how I make out. So I'm going to melt. I'm going to rinse my brush here. Yeah, Candy, how are you feeling? She gave her hubby a birthday party. She had such a busy day yesterday. I'm surprised you're awake. All right, this might be a little deeper than what I wanted, so I'm going to add some more water in. I've got two things of water here. Now, I'm not really a watercolor person, and I'm going to try not to sop this really wet. And I don't think all of these look like sunflowers to me, but the ones that do, I'm just going to go in and paint just over top of this whole flower, just kind of willy-nilly, really. I think my acrylic paint can take it. If it doesn't, I can always come back in. I think this one looks like a sunflower to me. Now, this I may decide I want to put more yellow on these leaves, and that's okay too. But then I don't have to um, really cover it. You know what I mean? Like just putting a light layer of another yellow on top, I think will suffice. I want at least three sunflowers, so I'm trying to determine which one. You know what? These two together might look good. So I'm just going to come in here and tap in some color. Now I could go and make a lot of different colors, right? They're Wildflowers. That's the name of the book. I'm really playing off of that. But I think I just want to keep it to pinks and yellows. I might throw a lavender in. I don't know. But I don't want to spend a lot of time with the watercolor either. See, now if I do a fourth one, I think I might let it go with that. Now I'm going to go ahead. Now, if you don't have a spritzer bottle, you can just use your brush. Just get it really soppy wet and get in there with your watercolor paint. And my struggle is I'm really an acrylic paint person. So I usually use my watercolor a little too heavy. But if any of you are really into watercolor, you probably don't do that. So I'm just going to come in here with this light pink and really kind of do the rest of my flowers. Now, it's so light, I could really put any color on top, you know? It's watercolor. Now, I'll be surprised if I don't. Oh, hi, Judy. Good morning. Thank you so much for this super chat. So I'm just going to go in and paint these up a little quick. Oops, that's a little heavier. There's my inspiration, Dee Dee Willingham. If you don't know Dee Dee, you should. She's got a channel, and you can find her very easily. Maybe Gail, would you mind putting in Dee Dee's link? That would be wonderful. Thank you. So I'm just going to continue. Now, the watercolor generally dries pretty quick. And I'm trying to keep my brush a little on the drier side, not really sopping it up. Like I said, this is a nice paper in these books, but it's not watercolor paper. And so the end result, it's not going to look like a watercolor painting because I'm going to go over top with my pencils. My pencils of choice, which are Prismacolor Pr. Thank you, Gail. And this should just help me hopefully move along a little more quickly once we get to the colored pencils. Now I pulled out what I think I'm going to use for my color palette, excuse me, with my pencils. Lime Peel, which is one of my favorites. Goldenrod, another fave. I'm going to see if I can make this watercolor go to all the rest. I just have one other flower. So, oh no, there's another. I didn't do that one either. This is really late. Let's grab a little teeny bit more water. Hello, Helen. How nice of you to pop in. It's nice to meet you. And I think you're the Helen that has the help books, right? That helps us with making our color book pages look like they should. Am I correct? If you want to paint something to look like glass or pearl, gold. I've got my copy sitting right by my comfy chair. Comes in very handy. Oh, how nice to meet you. Thank you for your hard work in those books that just are such a blessing to so many of us. Thank you. So, gals, you can find that book, I'm sure, on Amazon and other places. It's really, if you're into coloring, it's a really great reference. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Now I've got also a couple of greens here, so I'm going to grab this. I don't know the colors if they're all in Japanese or Well, the truth is the truth, Helen. There we go. And if you practice, and if you do what she says in the book, guess what? It looks like you want it to look. All right, so this is, I think, a little heavier than I want. So no, not yet. It's on my bucket list. All right, I'm just going to drop a little bit. See how it's a little dark for me. Well, it'll be okay. Just going to drop a little bit on these sleeves. Now, in all honesty, you probably could just, wash this. I'm calling it a wash because I'm just kind of just washing it on like you would do a picket fence. Just slapping it on. I see I could do a little blue over here, my first background. Um, and you could bring your color pencil on top. I think you would be fine. If I wanted to just show you that you could do this too. And then I'm going to use my heat tool. Move some blue over there. I can come back and do that after. Now I only do one coat of my tropical blue. So it just depends on my mood if I feel like I want to put a second coat after all is said and done. I am very ADD, so a lot of my coloring books, I have pages partially finished. I'm just amazed when Dee Dee says, and I'll finish this up and I'll have it posted on Instagram. I mean, she just follows through but she's fast. She is a fast worker. Candy said I used to work for a Japanese company and they tried to teach us. We were unsuccessful. Well, for several years we had a Korean student live with us and a Chinese student live with us. They were adorable, and never occurred to me to ask to learn their language. A friend said later, "You mean you didn't learn any Korean or Chinese?" I'm like, no. I was working at the time. We'll blame it on that. But, let's face it, I don't have the brain power. Christine, I missed you. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Okay, I'm going to use my heat tool and just, dry this up a little bit. Because I want this really dry before I come in with my color pencils. It is a little warped, but I'm okay with it. Oh, sure, Bill, definitely. I'll do that right now. Good suggestion. Let's have a little flip through. All right, let me get a little sip of my beverage. Okay, Joanna Bassford, wonderful Wildflowers. And she has so many books. My inky something book, I did a wash of a watered down acrylic on most of the pages. And I like that too. I wanted it to look like it was coffee stained. Why I didn't use coffee, don't ask me. But when I was showing my purchase to Jacqueline, she said, "Oh, I would dye that." Got laugh. She says that to me about everything I show her, and we got laughing. But I did do it to one book, so I didn't want to do it to this book. But then I thought, oh, I'll wash some of the watercolor on the page I'm working on today. So you've got your beginning page here, coloring book and floral quest. Now she's got an introduction and coloring tips. Now see, I do have white like paint pen on here, but I still have a couple flowers not um colored in because I haven't decided, and I haven't gone back and done the shadowing in my leaves yet. But she does have those little mini books, and I don't know if she has all of her books in a mini version, but she probably does. And I know, I think I've heard Dee Dee say, some of the images are a little small for her, and they probably might be a little hard for you to find on camera. I was trying to find how to bring my camera down mechanically because it's difficult for me to move it down physically. And I looked. I didn't look at this. I didn't try that soon enough. And then she's got one book where you can draw along. Helen says, put a cup of coffee next to the book, then set my dog barking and going crazy. Knocked over. Hey, presto. That is a wonderfully talented pooch. And I like the idea of the wildflower because then it just opens it up to your own imagination. Look at how cute these are. See that little door right there? If you visit a little town in France called Eckesheim, that's what you see. Eckesheim is a town built in a circle with all cobblestone, and all the homes and flats there have little doors like that. And it just looks like a little mythical village. This is a fox. Her Christmas one. Oh my gosh, I just love her Christmas one. And then you got all these little medallions. I hope you can see it all right with my camera. Where it is. See, that might drive somebody crazy, but I love doing that. I just love the color. Oh, look at the jars. How cute is that? Now, see, this is where Helen's book is going to come in handy to figure out how to make them look like glass with the flowers behind, huh? And for me, it's always nice to have that available because when you go to do something like that, it's like, oh, I wish I had gotten that book. But see, I have it, so it's right there. Helen said, I think Joanna did that for a pick as a Oh, really? Look at how cute he is. I thought about doing him today. A little chubby bear. Adorbs. Adorbs. Mushroom. I love them. She's got a couple like this in several of her books, I think. The heart with the flowers in it, which is very nice and fun to color. These look like poppies to me. They will be poppies when I get to them. I've always thought it would be fun to start um, at the beginning of a coloring book and then just do page by page and work my way through to finish one, to get one totally colored. Yeah, it doesn't last. I don't last too long on that coloring path. I usually give up because I just see something else that is so cute to me, and I gotta color it. Little squirrel. I don't know where my inky one is. I should have pulled that out. And there's a little mushroom forest. Looks like you could color this one upside down or right side up. Hey, Ren. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Little Hummer, little Hummer. And we've got blackberries. They'll be blackberries to me. Maybe somebody would see raspberries, but I have a memory of my grandmother with blackberries, so they'll be blackberries for me. It's a little pander. Took my nails off, girls. I wanted to, Jen, hi, good morning. I wanted to do some beading, which I started. So it's easier to do the beading for me because I don't do it very much. Oh, it's evening for you, Ren? Well, good evening. But I can't find my brooch pins. I know, isn't that a shock after I lost a whole jar of medicine? Are you surprised I can't find my brooch pins? Probably not surprised. Peacock. Mhm. A lot of pages. Of course, I don't know how many. Now, some of the books, the cover, oh, here she's got a plant hunter's list. So I don't know if you could color these in, find the plant, and then go to the pages and match them. She gives you a palette page to test, but of course she's got her inside cover as long as her outside cover. Some of them are matted and have a folded piece that comes in. It opens up wider, and you can color it. But this is the one I'm going to work on today. So I did the tropical blue. If you're just coming in, I'll catch you up real quick. Did the tropical blue acrylic paint background. See, I missed a couple spots over here. I'll catch those when I finish up. And then I washed a light blue watercolor on the pages here. Yes, definitely, Helen. Helen said nails look pretty, but they get in the way of doing fiddly things. And I'm all thumbs with buttons. Okay, thanks for coming in, and thank you for my super chat, Petey. That's very sweet. Thank you so much. So, Jen, how you doing today, kid? You hanging in? Okay, and then I just did a stencil and put that little, I don't know, looks like a screen, kind of like a screen to me, behind there. And I used an oxide ink thing and a brush. Oh, you're welcome for the flip through. Yes, or just adding a few things on. You know, I was just looking through something else and oh, my one Happy Mail book. We'll talk about that another time. What is it called? My Granny Chic. We're gonna do something in that, I think, maybe Tuesday night. But I was thinking, oh, I could do some journal pages in this one for sure. All right, so I made a decision: sunflowers and just pink flowers. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'm going to throw in another color. Maybe. Sometimes I change my mind. We'll just see. And no matter what I color, I generally start with green, my favorite color. I didn't watch this one too much. So I'm just going to kind of come in and just lightly start with my lime peel. That's my favorite green color pencil. And I'm using Prismacolor today. I'm not an expert. I don't have a lot of other colors. I did take I joined an academy for a short while, and then my mom got really sick, and so I haven't gone back. And she had us, her name's Bonnie Snowden. If you're amazing, amazing thing to join if you're into coloring. And she uses a different substrate. She, does, real art coloring. Like, she mostly does animals, but she's now delved into, oh, you're beating dragonflies today? Oh, that's fun. Oh, thanks, Jen. Oh, I'm glad you found that helpful. Is Jay here? There she is. Hi, Jay. The kid's always working. She's always got something to do. So I don't have to be as particular with coloring and covering the leaves because I put that wash down. So anyway, Bonnie Snowden, she uses a pastel paper that's got a lot of texture and grooves. And, I don't want to give away her tips or her secrets or what she teaches, but she uses that to her advantage. And she says that the Prismacolor pencils are too soft for her technique. So she uses others. She uses polychromos and she uses the Caran d'Ache. What are they called? Luminaire or something like that. So I do have some of those, but I kind of hoard those pencils because they're my good pencils. And I don't have any of some of those other brands. I mostly have the Prisma. This is what I started with when I started using pencils. I used to just use Crayola crayons, guys. I've told the story before. When I was working, I had students that worked for me, and their job was to call alumni and friends of the university I was with to ask for donations for scholarship support. In the first couple of nights when we would start our season, the phones were just busy. The people were picking up, and the kids were really busy. But after a week and a half tops, the phones would be dead. Nobody would answer because they knew, up, they're calling again. So nobody would answer, and the kids would sit on hold or just keep dialing numbers. And then if they didn't have anything to do other than that, then they would start giggling and carrying on with each other. So I let them color. So I would buy coloring books and tear out pages and all that jazz. And I knew from nothing at that point. I just bought Crayola crayons that fit in our budget, and the kids were happy with them, and that's what we did. So I had taken in my own set of color pencils, and the kids always liked what I colored. And I thanked them. And then one young gal said, "But you use color pencils. That's got to be better than using these crayons." In other words, you do better because you got the pencils. And I said, "Okay, I'll take the challenge." So I put my pencils away and used the Crayolas. Now, by this time, I was looking around and hadn't found Dee Dee yet, but I was looking around and investigating different things to color and ways to color and all that stuff. So I had a few tips under my belt. And so I used the crayons, the Crayolas, the way I would the color pencils. So by the time I was done, this young gal said, "Okay, you win. Got to do what you got to do. Use what you got. Use what you got." But I will tell you, and I will share with you that when I started, and people said, well, color pencils are more expensive, the Prismacolors, they can be pricey. Well, I didn't know. So what does Jen say? She says, I love doing color by number with, oh yeah, that would be fun. I like the color pen. I like the gel pens that have the sparkle. Ooh, 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 sparkle. So, I forget what I was going to say. There's Kellyanne. She's at the cove. Boy, it's nice here, Kel. Guess you're going to have a good day. Yeah, I tried the twistables. I got enough for my grands, and I use them when they're here and such. Um, yeah, I couldn't really figure out how to get where you could sharpen those, and I didn't like those so much. Oh, I know what I was going to tell. So people were saying how expensive the Prisma pencils were. So I guess I was in like a Michael's. At this point, it could have been um, AC Moore because they were still open. And I saw Prismacolor pencils, and I thought, what the heck? These don't look too expensive. I'm trying to determine what's behind there. I might just put blue back there. Oh no, that's okay. That's background leaves, petals. And so I bought them, brought them home. People online were talking about blending, and so I started to use them. And I thought, you know what? I don't know what they're talking about. These don't work very well. Is it, Kel? Oh, enjoy, honey. Yeah, I like AC more. Hmm. Okay, Kel. I don't know. I might have a solution. Well, we can chat later. Um. hmm. So then I looked at the pencils that I bought because they were really, really reasonable, and they were called Verithin. Oh, hi, Brian. A little hug to Brian. Is he off looking for glass yet, or did you just get there? They head out early. Maybe they've been there a while. Sometimes I have a hard time deciding how I want to do the leaves. So anyway, I did a little more research and discovered that Prismacolor does different kinds of pencils, and that the Verithin variety or Scholar, there's one called Scholar. There's like, for students, like kids students, and they're the Verithin anyway. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, they're for like sketching and drawing, and they're really hard and they don't blend. So then I pulled the trigger and got a set of the Prismacolor Pr. That's what I'm using. Oh my gosh, what a difference. And then Bonnie Snowden, this gal that runs this academy for colored pencil art, she's in the UK. Okay, so I'm going to switch to moss green, and I'm just going to come in tight up against where my petals are of my flowers and just start adding a little darkness, a little shading. And then I'll probably going to do the underneath side of my stem. And I don't know if you can see because I can't bring my camera down too much. That's a little rough right there because you can see those lines, see? And then I'll come back with my line peel and go over top of the moss and then color back out to the edge and try to blend in that line so it doesn't just really knock you in the face, hit you in the face. I could probably put another little lighter color on this. Let's see if I can go out quickly here. Maybe like a chartreuse is always nice. Is this one chartreuse? Oh, that's pretty scary when you can just look at the color and know what the name is. Couldn't tell you the number. And I can always do white too. I don't know if I pulled out, oh, this one's white or this one. Oh, this one's a gray. Oh, that might work too. Just maybe lighten that up here. What did I bought a whole bunch of, I've got a whole box of white. I just not. I think at one point we were thinking they were going to stop making the white. So I bought a little, dozen of them. Can't be out of the white. I've come to appreciate white. Never really appreciated white so much before. But I don't know, maybe you can tell. To me, it looks, it's better. It's blended and it's better. Now, I might also decide to come in. The one thing that I don't really think Prismacolor has a good, I don't care for their dark green. It's okay, but it's, to me, it's very, very blue. It's a very blue-green to my eye. And see what this one is. That's it. Okay. Usually I would use indigo. To me, indigo is a little kind of like translucent. So, oh, really, Anne? Oh, that's interesting. Huh. So the Michaels didn't do so great either, huh? This is, I'm not sure if I could pronounce this. In Dance Throne? I don't know if you can even see it. I cannot usually read any of these. I wish they would do it in white or something that's really high contrast. Candy probably knows how to see that name. I'm coming right underneath that vein and up tight against that flower. So then I try to do, pretty much. Now I might switch out some of these leaves. I have the base. I might do the shadowing a little different because they're different flowers and leave some maybe lighter. I'll just see as I go. So it doesn't get too boring. And they say try to do layers, build up your layers. You just don't want to go in, heavy. Trader Joe's is pretty awesome. Our son, just where he moved to, he's got a Trader Joe's real close to his apartment, and he's liking it there too. Although he's a very fussy eater, but he's found a couple of things that he really likes. And then I just try to do, hey, Deb, good morning. Nice to see you. How have you been? Put this dark, it looks probably like I'm pressing down more than I am. I'm just using a really light stroke. And you can use black too. Sometimes I do come back in with a black, but just trying to strengthen and deepen those shadowy areas, those dark areas. Joyce said, "Our Piggly Wiggly and maybe Family Dollar closed, and now it's a church. I was hoping for new retail." All right, let's address this little pink flower. Because I did the leaves there, let's make this little flower pink. This is a double layer flower. So let's see, I pulled out a couple of pinks. I don't have much in the way of pink. I pulled out this one. I've got a couple other pinks in. Oh, where'd my little short pink go? I think I a little deco pink. Deb, do you color? Does anybody else in here color? I know, of course, Coloring View colors. The pink one I'm looking for. There he is. He's shorter than everybody else, and he kind of. You color? Oh, cool. Gail said she used to, but now all my coloring is with. Oh, Gail. Yeah. I was thinking. I'm working on this project, and I'm thinking. Oh, I'm not so good with these stitches. I have talk about I don't doodle very well. Same thing with slow stitching. Oh my gosh, nothing really comes to my brain. All right, this one is called, I think this is the Deco Pink. Yeah, it's just a really light pink. So I'm just going to kind of lightly cover these petals. Now I do have the pink watercolor, so my coverage doesn't have to be perfect. And maybe I'll just cover all that. And now this one, I want this one really pointy. This one is called, now see, this is I think this one's Rose. I apologize for that horrible noise, but I'm going to go down into the very point of those little inner petals and just put a little bit of that rose. Well, it's like anything else. You got to practice, right? And watch some other people and pick up some tips. And you're probably better than you think you are. And then I'm going to put just a little bit. There's like 3 layers of petals on this one. A little bit down in that little spot. Maybe I might make those all rose. For a little contrast. Actually, could have done them yellow. Oh, maybe we'll put some yellow on top, see what happens. And then there's little lines here that indicate some little markings in the flowers. So I'm just going to add some of this rose to that. Now, a lot of times I'll pick out three colors in 3 shades in a color. And I base the area with the lightest, and then I come back in close to where the center is and add the medium color, and then go back with the dark and bring that closest to the center. Don't come out as far as the medium color. And then I go back over it with the light color and blend it. He thinks I'm talking too much. This one is Process Red. So this is where I'm just going to go in just real tight into where that 3rd petal meets the second petal. Maybe a little bit right in the center of the flower. And I am pressing down a little heavier. And I've said this, I'm sure, several times. I'm going to come down the left side of the flower a little bit on this one. I didn't know coloring books like this existed. If you would have seen what I used to color in, you probably would giggle. And then when I found Dee Dee's channel, that's Dee Dee Willingham for anyone that may not know her. Um, when I found Dee Dee's channel, I'm like, where do you get books like that? And I went cray, went a little cray cray. Joey said I got the mineral spirit to blend the color pencil. I used to use the blending pencil and rub and rub and rub. And then my daughter's sister-in-law, she's an artist and she went to Oxford and studied. She could be a gallery, um, whoever runs the gallery. She went to school for that. She said, Mrs. Dell, why don't you just use a white pencil? And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, just a white pencil. I'm like, you're kidding. She said, no. Now, wait a minute. I have a paint pen somewhere here, too. And so I did use a white pencil for a while. No, I'm not liking that, I guess. Okay, that's too much. It's going to take away my shadowing, so I don't want to do that. Hey, Jackie, good morning. Oh. So, Deb, you say you like the smaller book so you can finish quicker and you have a big one too. So, I'm getting the vibe. You have two coloring books, a small one and a big one. God bless you, because I have about, I don't know, 40. And I've already given away, I don't know how many I gave to my daughter for her classroom. I am over the top, as usual. All right, so I'm lightening up. Now I am pressing pretty hard with this white. Oh, Joyce, that was an idea. Yeah, like a stump. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of white out on the tips of this, and I might come in with a little white highlight too. All right, flower one, I think is pretty much. Oops. Oh, I didn't go back over with the light pink. So that'll do for me. Oh, you do? Oh, that's cool, Deb. Oh, that's nice. That's a clever idea. All right, this one I want to make look like a sunflower. So let's do that. So I'm going to come in with, oh, look, see, here's this is in the wrong place. Here's a polychromo. I might have picked this up from out by my comfy chair. So this one is called Cream. Number 106. Does it say 102? Oh, you got to go. Okay, sweetie. Thanks for coming in, Jen. It's always so nice to see you. You take care, all right? Treat yourself well. Don't do too much, all right, kiddo? I'll see you again soon. Did I miss anybody else? I'm intently coloring here, not paying close attention. Oh, you do that too, Joyce? Add pages? Oh. So you take the color book page out and put it in a journal. Yeah, I think I did that with one of my Emmanuel Cologne pieces. Put that in one of my porch journals. Yeah, I guess I have done that. Nice. I never thought about doing it in a journal that I was going to sell though. That's a good idea. And then they've got a little bit. Okay, so that goes to that. Although I'm going to make this one a sunflower too. So I'm just lightly going over. I think sometimes the center of a sunflower, where all the seeds are, can be green. So I'm going to pop a little bit of my lime peel in that center. Now, if you try this and putting some watercolor wash underneath. Now, like I said, you could do this with watercolor. Do I have a Facebook? Yes, I do, Deb. It's I think you could find me as Pink Girly, but you might also find me, Lori Uncle Delp is my Facebook. I don't really put much on there. I also do on Instagram. I post on Instagram sometimes when I, remember. I'm Pink Girly on Instagram, so you could find me there for sure too. I've got a lot of my color pages. If you can go in and look at somebody's pictures on their Instagram account, I've got I've got quite a few posted there. But if you go in and do this wash business, you'll see that you don't have to color is exact to get, some coverage. I don't know if you can really tell, but it doesn't have to be perfect because you've got that base of the watercolor. Now you could, if you don't have watercolor, I think you could really, really water down, use a page to test it. Acrylic paint, if you have a little bit, you only need a little bit, and mostly water, and you could probably get the same kind of effect. Now, the goldenrod's one of my favorites, so I'm going to come in here and start hopefully making this look more like a sunflower. Now I'm bringing that down pretty far down the petal on this one. And I'll go all the way around doing that. Again, this is just a light stroke that I'm using. But I'm going faster than I normally do because I've got that base underneath. And then you can just build up your layers. You can just come back over this. Uh-oh. Somebody decided to take a little nosedive over here. You just build up your layers of color and then maybe I'll concentrate a little bit more right close to the center of the flower. You found me? Okay, great. Oh, okay, Deb. Oh, that's cool. You add shades to your pictures so the color is different on the inside. Oh, you add shapes. Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds interesting. And Dee Dee will instruct, just light layers. Just keep coming back. Light layers and build up your color. Now, if you press a little heavier towards the center of the flower, and then as you come down the petal, lighten up your grip or your stroke, you kind of will help yourself and it kind of blend itself. I don't know if that makes any sense. Now, what I didn't do is get out a brown. I've got to get a brown. Let's just see. Let's just see. I've got a large case of all my Prismacolors over here. That's black cherry. I don't know black cherry. Black raspberry. Let's try again. At one time, all these pencils were together in color groups. I struggle with having browns. Looks like I don't have any browns here. Oh, that's not good. This is brownish, I think. I'd have to go to the comfy chair. This is chestnut. I don't think this is gonna fly. Well, it'll give us a little contrast. I don't want to go right in with a, say, like a black. What I really want is like a, maybe a sepia or espresso. You know, at first I would do a dark chocolate, and then like the dark chocolate or um, an umber, something like that. Now I did pull out an orange. This one here is, if I can read it, mineral orange, I believe. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that, I think. That really kind of brightens it up. I don't know if I like that. Now I can come back over top. I'll just show you here. The coloring is not for someone who's in a hurry. You know? Deb says, Joyce, those pages go nicely in the little golden books. And this just helps you blend your petals. Just kind of concentrate on this area up here. I was going to bring my, I have another little glass that I sit by my comfy chair that I have my different color pencils in. Because I end up with a whole fistful of them, you know, coloring with one hand. I've got, if I can share something else, I don't know, I probably shouldn't do this because I've got replayers who watch, but sometimes they end up, you know, where maybe they shouldn't. Those little pencils kind of roll everywhere. And then if someone is persistent and stubborn and they don't want to go to bed at night like a toddler, they end up sleeping with the colored pencils and wonder where the pencils go. And only a true friend will say to you, did you look in your bra? And I do have true friends. I've got a couple people that will say that to me. So he said, yes, I bought a Winnie the Pooh coloring book to make a little golden book journal. Joyce, you're busy. I was thinking about you making that sewing journal. That sounds so cool. I've wanted to do that for a while. Got a couple ideas, but I just haven't done it. I don't know. Some days, I just don't know where the day goes. And I don't really do anything, you know? I try to stay out of trouble, which is not always, I'm not always successful doing that. But Scooter pretty much does everything. He doesn't like to wait. You know, I have plans to do something, like say there'll be some couple dishes in the sink, and I'm like, okay, I'll eat my lunch first. Take it easy. I'll go back and do those later. Well, when I go back, he's got them done. He's annoying. Okay, Gail, enjoy your day. Nice to see you. Love to Dad and the family. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of this here chestnut and just deepening where the petals are hitting the center of the flower. think you can tell the difference. The petals that I did, where I put the chestnut, and somewhere I haven't yet. Maybe what I'll try to do instead of coming in here with a dark brown, maybe I'll take a fine, like felt tip marker kind of a thing. Gel pen, probably gel pen. Yeah, I think they're gel pens. And outline the, like these would be little seeds if this was a true, excuse me, a true sunflower, right? So let's have a look. This is how it looks this way. Now I just colored some in, but see, I'm going to take one of my wiggle pens because the tip is real fine, and I think there's still ink in the. I'm going to use the unicorn. Oh, I'm going to put my other glasses on, and I'm going to try to deepen around those little seed heads, if you will. Just kind of filling in, like the gap. Mind the gap. I think you can tell a difference. Oh, you want me to look at it now? It's hard for me to concentrate on streaming and do other things. Do you think can you tell a difference? Do you think that's I could probably come over there with a darker brown now once maybe I should do all this first. All right, let me see what Deb sent me here. Forget, Dory, don't forget to look. Okay, let's see. How do I Oh, Jean's at the market. Oh, thanks, Candy. Jean says hi. She's doing the flea market today. Oh, Candy, would you tell her good luck? I meant to put that in this morning. Thanks, Shaz. All right, let's see. Um, so where would you have sent it? Where would you have sent it to me, Deb? Just like here? Oh, there she is. Okay, hold on. I'm assuming I can. I don't know that I see what you're telling me. Oh, it looks cool. Whatever you did looks cool. This is Deb's flowers. Now you can see different, like darker here, but I think she said I thought, hey, Beth, good morning. Now I got the wrong picture, the wrong glasses on to see chat. I'm gonna struggle. See, this looks here. You see, it's darker here. But so you drew these lines in, Deb. You have no sound. I don't have any sound. You can't. Nobody can hear me. Who doesn't have sound? Okay, Jay hears me. Thanks, sweetie. I think what Deb is saying, okay, thanks, Beth. It's very pretty. I think she's added these lines in here in her petals, which is kind of cool. See if I don't go out so far, she does it all over the whole the whole picture. Thanks, Teresa. Oh, it was you. Okay. All right, let me get back to where my chat is. Okay. Okay, I had to have oh, I have a little magnet on like a stick that helps me find things on the floor. It's like a telescope, and I hang stuff on it, which you shouldn't do. And that just got knocked. Okay. So let's see. Let's do a darker pink here. How am I on time? Oh, I got to put these other glasses on so I can see my screen. Ooh. Okay. I've been hesitant to put my contact lenses in because my ears have been so irritated with pollen or whatever. Now this is an orange, Spanish orange. Did I see Shelly? Did I see Shell pop in? I might have missed Shell. Shelly. Did I see her? Or was I imagining? I might have been imagining. Oh, Ren left. I missed her going out too. She's making dinner. Thanks for coming in, Ren. All right, so I'm going to put this Spanish orange, which is really bright, in the center of this flower, which kind of works. All right, now I'm going to go a little darker and deeper on these petals that are behind. So I'm using kind of medium pressure. And I can see where I missed a little bit of blue in there. Medium pressure. Okay, I got two chats going. I'll catch up later. Okay, kind of looks like a striped cookie. So I'm just keeping this kind of medium pressure. Again, I'm going kind of fast because I've got that base. All right, Beth is helping Teresa do something. Beth says, looks cool, Deb. It does look cool. I like coloring with markers too, especially the ones that glitter. Yeah, I like to add some of that in. What does Joyce say? Oh, Beth, but why? See, I'm missing something. And then G3 says, I was wondering the same thing, Joyce. I don't know what you were wondering. But you girls will figure it out. You know what's going on there. All right, so then I'm going to come in lighter, same color with the rose on those top petals. Yeah, I may decide I don't like this, and then come back in and do it all dark or whatever. But, this one should be dark. That's your prerogative. I'm on TV. Oh, she's on TV. There's no live button. Yeah, TV, it's hard to chat when you're. Teresa sees it better, sees the stream is better if she can put it on her TV. So you can see a little bit of a difference here. So now I'm going to go, same process. I'm going to go towards the center and start bringing down some of this rose pink just down the petal a little further. Not all the way, maybe about, I don't know, 2/3. Or maybe on one side. I just do whatever. Sometimes I think about which way I imagine the sun coming, but a lot of times I don't. I just do whatever I feel like it. whatever I feel like. So it's not always correct or how you should do it. It's just, like I said, it's just for me. This is just for me. Nobody really cares about it. I do it because I like it. Now, I might take some of that processed red. You can use whatever. You might want to do a red. Um, mulberry. Sometimes I'll put mulberry here. Just darkening that. And then I might do that in the centers of this. Put just a little coating of this on top of the back petals. A little heavier pressure towards the center. Sounds like a pop of color with the warm colors. Deb, I did an art page this is Beth. I did an art page with the picture done in warm colors and the background in cool. Oh, it's a nice project. That's what that sounds cool, Beth. I think I missed the comment. I think G3 said she has a Bennett Klein coloring book. I have no idea where my Bennett Kleins are, but I've got them somewhere. I think his paper is hard to color on. His paper is very thin, but his images are really cool. Oh, grayscale Bennett Klein. I don't know if I guess that's what I had. Is that all he does? Grayscale. All right, so now this is what it looks like at this point. Now I'm going to go back over it with my pink and then a little bit of my rose. And, maybe I will use the disco duck. See, I don't know how to do that. I went in and apologized to Scooter the other day for being such a weird person. You don't do color books, but you do. So you don't color at all, or you're just not into the coloring book? I've said this many times. My favorite thing is to do faces. So I have a lot of Lana Green. She does girls. I was going to pull down my. Oh, where the heck do I have that? My Serene. Oh my gosh, that was one of the first ones I bought. It was so much money for a coloring book. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I really, really want to color those pages. I just can't. Sometimes I look at some coloring books and the pages and I think, oh, how will I live if I don't color that? Oh my gosh, I'm so weird. But I so very much enjoy it. You own one. Gosh, you're so cute, Brenda. I draw I think, own images and color them. Not sure if that counts. No, that's cool. I think Shaz probably does that too. I don't like to color what I draw. Well, I don't usually like what I draw, so there's that too. All right, let's find the white. I'm just going to brighten the tips of the lighter petals, the top petals. Now you could come back in here with, I didn't bring any of my like glitter markers. Oh, I know what I have here. I might put a little Inca Stella on top of. Is this clear? I think this one's clear. No, it doesn't say. Oh, it doesn't help me, does it? Oh, this looks like silver. I don't want silver. I do not want silver. Oh, they're all buried in here somewhere with my chimney crayons and such. Clear, clear. You guys won't be able to see too much, I don't think. I'll put a little Winkostella in the center of that. That'll add a little shimmer. Little shimmer. I don't have the Inktense pencils, but I have the Inktense blocks. So it's not looking too shabby. Now I know I have some different color pinks and some of those other brands of pencils. How am I on time? Oh, okay. I got time. I got time. All right, let's do a DD trick. Let's do like a gel. Like this is a paint pen, I think, of some kind. This is Signo Uniball. Signo Uniball. I'm going to put that right down the vein of this sleeve. I don't know if anything's coming out. It was looking good the other night. Now I'm going to let that dry. Let's add a little highlight here and there on this. I'll put a little bit white on the tips, and then just kind of before it dries, just give it a smush. Just get a little smush. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think maybe I want a blue flower here. Your white pen, yeah. Well, that happens sometimes to me, but I've been very pleased with this. I don't know if this is the one. You got to clean off that tip, so it picks up, I guess, the wax from the color pencil. Yep. I didn't do all these petals. Now I'm bragging about you and you're not working. So what's the story here? Nobody cooperates. Nobody cooperates. I don't have too much luck with the Posca pens, the white like. Oops, I'm putting the lid in wrong. And the other pens that Beth and Teresa recommended, they're sitting in on my, because I loaded up a bag of stuff that had to be put away, and it ended up on my bed. Let's see what this is. This is a cerulean blue. Cerulean blue. If anybody's interested, number 904. Let's see, I'll start with the back petals. That looks okay. Now this could end up being a wrong decision. Pandef. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Beth. I can go get those, and I really need to get a brown pencil. But they're nice and juicy. And I'm very, very pleased with those. I'm glad I purchased those. And then being some of these flowers stick out onto this background, I probably will come back in and hello, Desk in the Attic. She said, I am jumping in here. I have 100% of my white and other fancy gel pens that stopped working, but putting putty on the end. I saw it on YouTube, something about changing the pressure. So you've salvaged them by putting a little bit of putty on the end? Well, by putty, what do you mean? You mean like, that's very interesting. What did Shanna say? Sometimes I just dip mine in a little bit of water and they'll start up again. But maybe the putty just kind of clears the. Oh, putty stops the drying. Oh, that's Hmm. Oh, I was thinking it was kind of cleaning them off. Joyce said, "Deb, have you tried to put your pens in?" Oh, yeah, I did alcohol too. Chaz says, hot tip for Unigel pens. If the ink stops flowing, unscrew the tip, pull the nib and tube out. Push a small piece of blue tack into the tube, reassemble, and then the ink will flow. So Chaz has tried that. Desk says, in the open end, I have used diamond painting, yeah, or plastic tack. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Not writing end. Oh, the other end. That's what I was thinking, Candy. A kneaded eraser might work. So the other end, huh? That's very interesting. I just thought it had to do with being a buildup of wax and such on the tip. You know, because like now I gotta remember to get this blue down in here. Let's do orange in the center of this one. Let's do this orange, this mineral orange. I kind of like this mineral orange. No, you're doing it all. You're explaining okay, Desk. You're explaining okay. Yes, kneaded eraser too. Then I think of the pens I've done. Oh no, yeah, right. So she's been very successful with that tip, girls. So thank you very much. And welcome in. Thanks for coming in and telling that, sharing that with us. It's nice to meet you. Okay, again, I'll just lightly. Now let me try this. I'm going to go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the gray. I've got this light gray I pulled out. And this is cool gray, 10%. And the tip is really, really chipped. I'm using it anyway. I'm just going to base in this gray on this petal. And then I'm going to come back over with that cerulean blue. Just because I can. Bonnie Snowden uses the light gray for a lot of blending and such. She has follow-along tutorials. She shows you how to get your image down on your paper and then how to color it to make it look like, a photograph or whatever. I was pleased with some of the stuff I did. I'm going to do a really darker layer on the center. It's like 3 circles here to me. Go really dark. And then I'm going to come back in with some of that chestnut. I try not to get too crazy with the colors. Patty, there she is. Hi, Patty. I should have brought my eye. Oh, I think there's an eye drop over there. And then right around the center, I'm going to do. And then I think I'm going to put this crazy orange yellow in the center. What are you up to, Patty? What you got going on? All right, so now I've got that light gray base. Maybe I won't see a difference or tell a difference, but I'm going back over with this cerulean if I'm even saying that right, blue. Now this is Wildflowers, so I'm just really pushing the envelope and playing with, colors that probably, you'd never see in a garden. So we live about an hour from a shore point called Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And along the beach area, there are $1 million homes that now I'm going to deepen these back petals just a little bit more. And a lot of them have hydrangeas like all across the front of their yard. I love hydrangeas. And they've got other stuff too, but this time of year, they're usually in full bloom. Now, of course, Scooter's a garden guy, so he wants to go see them. We missed seeing them last year. I think we went the year before. And the street we went down, it's only one way. So I missed a lot, but I did take some pictures just from the car. Deb says, I found on Temu black 4 zipper pouches for my pencils. Pencils tuck in nicely and don't move. Oh, okay. Jacqueline's got me hooked on zipper pouches. I have the big zippered case where they all slip under the little elastic band. And if I wasn't embarrassed, I'd show you, but I've got so many pencils. I don't want you to worry about me. It's that many pencils, girls. It's that many pencils. But you grind them up. To be fair, you do grind them up, That's the one thing about pencils. That's why I kind of hoard the more expensive ones and don't use them for this kind of project because it's just a coloring book. But if I'm doing like a tutorial, like with Bonnie Snowden, or whoever, then I use my better pencils, if you will. Well, and they work better with her technique. Like I said, she uses this pastel paper that's got a real texture and tooth to it. All right, so now I'm going to come back in with that really dark blue with this word that I can't pronounce. Indanthrone blue. Come in behind here. Just little tiny bits of space. There's back petals. Bringing some of that down, kind of shadow. So I'm planning to stream Tuesday evening. Now we're leaving probably early Wednesday morning to head to my sister's place in upstate New York. I don't think I will stream long because I'll probably just want to get some shut-eye before we head out. But I am at this point, unless something changes. If it does, I'll put a note on my YouTube page. But I'm planning to stream. It just probably won't be too long, maybe. We'll see. I'll play it by ear. A Scooter might drive first, and I can sleep in the car a little bit, and then I'll take over and drive. I guess it's about an 8-hour drive for us. Let's see. I want to blend with this. Maybe the white. Let's see what the white does. You know, if you come over top with the white, it really just does kind of, like Joyce was saying, the mineral spirits. I found that to be a little messy. But I don't know if you can tell on camera. I just go over them with the white. It just kind of like, it really, like almost melts it. It like kind of blends it. Can you see the difference? Oh, here, let me do this. Wait a minute. Hold, please. Let me put this on without the white. Do this one without the white. I don't know if you can tell. The ones with the white, see, to me look really blended and smooth. And the one without the white, let me see if I can hold this where you can see. Like these two, I did the white one. And this one, see how it looks scratchy? See, this looks blended. It's scratchy up here because I added a little dark blue. I didn't hit that with the white. Can you tell that? Can you tell the difference? Oh, thanks, Brenda. So I still have lots to do. Let me go get those pens that Beth and Teresa recommended. I'll do those, and let me grab my other little cup which has pencils in it. There might be some brown in there. I can darken up this. I think that one flower needs to have a little darker of a center to kind of look like a more like a. I shall be just but a moment. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Oh, French gray. Oh, I love French gray. All right, here they are. I don't know what that word is. That's it, put it in. I can't read that writing. I don't know why companies do that. Maybe it's just my eye. Oops, some of them are missing. Oh, there's a shock. So you get 5 in here. You get acrylic brush marker. You get one that's a dotter, kind of a dots, and then you get I don't know. I can't read. I need to have see my lenses go with the like readers to give me the full strength that I need. All right, so you get 2 of the daughters, you get a brush tip, and you get an acrylic gel pen. That's the one that's missing. And that's, I mean, it's here somewhere. So here's your marker. This is your little daughter end. And they're nice and juicy. And this end's kind of a brush tip. Candy said she uses a magnifying glass all the time. Yeah, I have one here. Then Lori applied the ink with a brush. M-I-N, Lori. I don't know what that is, Shaz. Oh, desk. Desk in the attic. You call them. Okay, I gotcha. Thank you, Shaz. Shaz, that's brilliant. Whatever Shaz is brilliant. Let me tell you. Spend some time with her. You're a blessed person if you can do it. Okay, this is the brush tip. That's a big old boy. It's a big old boy. Of course, I would like to have my gel one, but who knows what to do with it? Who knows? Who knows? You know, I'm a happy person. Isn't that what matters? Happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy. It was here. I don't remember what it looks like. That's part of the issue for me. It could be laying loose in a bag. I'm out of control. I'm out of control. Is this it? No, this is another Signo. Lori, can you bring the package up close so I can try to read the brand? Bethy can put it in again. Beth, do you mind, honey, putting it in again? Because I don't think you can read it. I don't know. Maybe Jay could probably read it. Brush mark, maybe? Is that what it is, Beth? Brush mark, archival ink, multiple nibs, white pen set. I don't know, maybe this will help with the back. I don't know if you can see that number. Oh, geez. X004MMAMU1. That's probably worth nothing. I don't know if that helps, Phil. Phil, I can send you the, I can find this on my Amazon account. I could send you the info from there if you'd like. I could do that. That might help. Maybe that would help. Maybe that could help. All right, so what I was saying is I think I would like to come around this inside section here with a green. Now, I really like marine green, but I didn't pull my marine green. And I thought this French gray, I thought this was an espresso. When we were looking all over for my medicine, Scooter was down on the floor. God bless him, he's so good to me. He was down on the floor looking around, and there's a dark brown. And he said, your medicine's not down there, but there's a pencil. I'm like, oh, get it. And I thought it was an espresso. There's a black. But it was not. It was a dark gray. Okay, that's good. There you go. Candy put in brush, but I think it's brush mark. But I'll get it from Amazon because there it'll be spelled out. All right, so let's add a little. I'm hesitant to go in with black because then I'm going to lose all the circles and it's going to look like, I have toyed with the idea and I have done this on some other color papers from the Color Wildage book, Colourage Wild, she calls them, Emmanuel Cologne. And I put embossing powder to kind of give it a texture and make it dark. So that's kind of cool. Let's remove this. Okay, so I pulled out. I didn't find my marine, but kelp. Let's try kelp. Oh, it might be a little dark. Let's go later. This is moss. Let's try moss. See how I like this. I'm going right over top of Now I probably could use a Timmy crayon too, you know. Beth, you need a blue dress? Devil in a blue dress, blue dress, blue dress, devil with the blue dress on. Ah! Okay, so I'm just kind of scooting this up close to those. Now, I think this is a little darker, the kelp. Is this the kelp? Yeah. And I'm going to go in real tight. So these are more, I guess, of a yellow green, like Prismacolors dark green to me is blue based. And it doesn't really work to me with these yellowy greens. So that's to start, okay? Then I'm going to try the lemon peel and go right over top of it, as I do with the other, and kind of bring it out, kind of fade it out into my background. Kind of do the fade. Now let's put the white up on top. Let me show you this first before I put the white on. I just did that bottom section. It looks a little scratchy. Oh, I didn't do that. Now you may not want to do that, but see, I like the way that looks. And then I just repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And then if I want it darker, I just come back in, go over top again. And sometimes I only sit back and look at it and think, yeah, maybe I'll put a little black in there and make it even darker. Like Dee Dee is always saying, and I agree with her, contrast is key. So if you are someone who would like to color and maybe does dabble a little, and then you say to yourself or your family or whoever, mine doesn't look like theirs. What am I doing wrong? It's probably the contrast. It's probably the contrast. Now, this flower's not done yet, so it will look a tad better. But I think that will be striking. Now, the other thing is, too, like I did this pattern, right, in with the stencil. But I can also come back in. Oh, thank you, Desk. That's so sweet. Thank you for saying that. I can come on the left-hand side here, or if you choose the right, and just start deepening some of these. Now, I'm adding all this jazz. You may not want to do this, but I'm telling you what, if you do a little bit of this and you get started, this is going to make this pop. Now, you don't have to do them all. Just do some, like hit or miss. Let me do a couple more over here. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here a little bit. Let's see, I'll deepen the top of this one a little. Now, if you're like me and you like to sit and keep your husband company when he's watching TV or a movie or something, and he watches a lot of dumb stuff like my husband does that you're not interested in, coloring's the way to go. Or crochet. I do crochet and knit, but a lot of times I'm coloring. It just occupies my mind enough. And then I get annoyed with what some of this weird stuff he watches. Oh my gosh. And then I ask questions, and then I'm immediately sorry because I don't really care. I mean, some of this stuff, oh yeah, yeah. On a very rare occasion, he'll decide it's really bad and he'll turn it off. It's such a wonderful time when that happens. Oh, okay. Thanks, Candy. Now, I didn't blend those. They haven't been blended yet. But see, just a couple here or there, right? She sent me a link. She sent me a link. Brush Arts pens. Oh, really, Candy? Oh, let's see. No. Oh, there it is. Amazon. Here we go. She is correct. And I'm telling you, Candy's the kid. You want to know something? She's got it. There you go, Vale. I can still send it to you. Let's see. Here's the. See, I don't know where this is a bigger set. This is an 8-piece set. I have the 5, but you can get an 8. Oh gosh, the 8 set. It's only $7.99 for the 8. Why didn't I get that? Why did I get the 5? Oh, I guess I wanted to see if I liked them. See, I would like to have. Oh, what are you getting the 8? See, here we go, shopping. Maybe you get more of the. Usually tells you see more. Yeah, that doesn't help me. See, I was thinking it was the panda fly. Maybe I bought the wrong ones. Anyway, what I bought was good. I thought that's what you girls recommended, but now this panda fly looks. No, this one's 8. Beth, what about panda fly? Are they good? Is panda fly good? This is a 12-pack. Oh yeah, I'm putting this in the cart. That's $8.99. Beth, you know panda fly? I'm going to send it to my cart just so I don't lose it. Did I buy the wrong ones? One special. Panda Fly 12-pack. White gel pens, dual tip. Wonder how many of the gel pens you get. That's got to be quite a few, right? Oh yeah, I haven't tried anything on black. Oh, don't forgive me if I enable you. But all right, back to this. I wanted to do something here. What did I want to? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What was that chartreuse? Oh, here it is. You use the white panda fly? Okay, maybe I'll try that. Oh, did you, Joyce? All right, I'm just going over top of this white gel. So it's the same color family of colors, but with that white underneath, it just kind of makes it pop a little bit. Now I want my highlight on this side here, so I'm going to just start adding some layers of color on this leaf here. Not all of it, but up where it touches the other leaf and under the vein. And then I'll come back in with my moss. It's nice and mossy. I say that every time I say the word moss from the movie You Got Mail. Don't ask me. I have told you I'm a strange individual. Joy said she's heard, yeah, Jan Turco. Okay, so then I'm going to come back with my white. Add a little white to this side. I'm going to brighten that up and then put a little layer of my lime peel on top. I love my lime peel. And I think I might add a little bit of the blue. Now this is black. Sometimes it's easy to get these pencils confused. And I know somebody said, I don't know if it was Dee Dee, somebody. They put some kind of a piece of washi or something around the blue indigo because sometimes it's easy to pick that up and think it's your black. Still a little black, just even still. This is dull. I got the wrong glasses on again for doing this. And then you can go over these lines too that the artist gives you if you so desire. You could really, if you wanted to. And then you can shadow underneath of those. Hey, Angelo. She can't say she's not home. She's always moving and grooving. Okay, I hope you're having a nice day, Ange. Okay, let's see what you think of that. So not too bad. Maybe I'll do another blue down here, kind of offset that blue. Okay, Candy's telling Angie, give me a call when you get home. Oh, is that a good price, Ange? Nice. That's great. Okay, let's see. How am I on time? Well, it's 2 hours. What time is it? Let's see. Let me check. 12:01. Well, let's do a little bit more. Let's see. I'm going to start this time with a little bit of the line peel underneath here where these bigger sections are. The other thing is, sometimes I do it. I don't always do it, but say like hey Terry, good morning. Um, Terry, your package I checked this morning. It's in uh, uh Idaho. Idaho, is that where you are? I think you're supposed to get your package Monday. See, I always interrupt myself. And I forget what I'm saying. Oh, you did? Oh, I feel better. Oh, thank you, Terry. I feel better about okay, Jazz. I think I'll do that. Um, Gosh, what was I going to say to you? I was going to say to you something. I don't know. Probably it'll come to me tomorrow. Oh, like, holy Hannah. That's what Kel would say. Holy Hannah. I think we only have 10 days and a wake up. And Kel will be here. Ooh. All right, then I'm going to go with my moss. Mm. Gosh, it's terrible how things can just leave your mind that quickly. So I've got some soup to make. I'm going to make soup probably tomorrow to take up to my sister's. I'll have that for some lunches. Just her and I. My mom's recipe. My mom's recipe for a lentil soup I've been hungry for. Boo, 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 boo. Let's see. Let's put a little something here. And you could also put your stencil back on, and come back in with your oxide or whatever you might do. I guess you could too also come back in and do like Deb was saying. She puts different lines and things in her flowers. You see, there's all little dashes and stuff in these. You could really do that. Oh, let's try it. Let's just see. That's just the color page, right? All right, on this blue flower, you see See those little lines? I'm going to make them white. We're going to try to see if I can get this to. And I've talked about this one girl before. Her name is Daphne. It's not dotting. I'm making lines. I've never seen anybody color like this woman colors. But she just posts her stuff. She doesn't share how she does it. And I think what she does is she takes some kind of a pen or marker and takes away the black lines. So so not everything is outlined. So the color goes right next to color like a real flower. And she uses Prismacolor pens because she'll have her picture like this, and then she takes a couple of her pencils that she's using, and she strategically lays them down. And of course, they roll properly, so you can see the prismas. I messaged her one time. She's from a different country. I messaged her one time, and she would not answer my question. I mean, I've never seen anything colored like she does. It's, I forget what she's, Daphne something. Daphne. But see, if I do this and I put the color pencil on it, she must spend a lot of time. Like, you have to make sure this white paint or whatever you're using is really dry. Because if you put the color pencil on top, Daphne something. It's not coming to me, Shaz, but she's Daphne. I haven't looked her up in a while. I'll have to look her up again and get back to you. She used to do a lot of florals. So, this has to really dry before I could come back in there and kind of go over the top of that paint with color pencil. I mean, her things are exquisite. I think. Maybe not everybody would think that, but it must take her forever because her floral pictures are that's Floribunda or something like that. Big color book. I bought the book. I got it in the front room. Girls, I mean, you have no idea. My husband is just so patient with me. I should make all these, put white dots on all these. Lori, I sent you an email to show you the painting you inspired. Oh, sorry, I do not have a site to post it on. Brenda, may I open it and show the girls? Would it be okay with you if I did that? I'll wait for your answer because I don't like to do that without making sure you're okay with it. Oh, thank you so much for sending that to me. I'll wait to see what she would like me to do. See, and I got to do these underneath parts here where the leaf flips. I'll put some white on them, and then I'll let that dry. Yes, I may. Okay, good. On IG, she's private. Oh, is she? Oh, she didn't used to be. How about that? All right, let me get to my email right there. Look for a little Brenda. You sent it to Pink Girly, right? I got a couple I have to answer here. I'm going to do that. I'm looking, Brenda. I don't see it. Oh, what if I search? Maybe it didn't. No, that's the other Brenda. Let's just do Brenda. Oh, there it is. Oh, Brenda, it's from the abstract thing. Oh, honey, that looks so cute. Oh, look, girls. This is just, as a content creator, it just thrills us when you girls do something like this. Look how cute, girls. Okay, so if you weren't with us, I was delving into some abstract painting that I wanted to try. And so this is what our little friend did. It looks great. Did you have fun? Did you have fun doing it? It's so cool. Very, very nice. Good for you. It looks great. Oh, thanks for sending that. That is terrific. Oh, I might have to print that out and put it in my buddy book. Huh? There's an idea. Cool. All right, if I do this, I want to save it. I can save it to my photos. Can I do that? It says photos. Save to Google Photos. I don't know where that'll go, but at least I know it's somewhere. Oh, if I share it, I can share it with myself. Sorry, I want to do this before I forget. This is my life these days. It's just how it is. See, sometimes it gives me options. Oh, see, I'm going to leave it open. It says print to Canon. See, that's what I think I still have paper. I think I do. Thank you, Brenda. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so what I have to do now is just finish this up, which is going to take a little while. I can do it by my comfy chair. I'm going to do blue here, probably mostly pink. This is going to be another sunflower type. This, and I do think the darker is working. I'll add more dark brown to that center, and I got to get rid of that white. I'll put something else in there. Maybe I'll do a darker green, because sometimes when the sunflowers are growing and the seed pods are to me it's like kind of greeny. Is that a color? Kind of greeny in the middle. Somebody mentioned birds were at our seeds. Yeah, I think I like that better. And that can just work right out into the brown. And I've got all those leaves to do, and I'll just sit in very comfortably in my comfy chair and work on it. And then I'll try to remember to post it on Instagram. I forget a lot of the time. Let's see if this is dry. Let's see. Let's go back in here. Now I put that white pen. So in order to be able to see the indications of each petal, you have to kind of deepen that, right? But yeah, it's not a black line. The color pencil, I don't think goes over top of it real easy. And I'm afraid if I press too hard, it's going to scrape it off. Not that that's a big deal, but that just kind of makes a mess. So I'm just trying to, but there again, maybe it's the layers, you got to do the layers. But to me, it's a totally different look. I'll try to see if I can find that Daphne gal. Once you look at her stuff, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because to me, it's like night and day. It just like smacks you in the head. I'll hold this up in a minute, see if you can tell a difference. And then if you look up Bonnie Snowden, she's Bonnie with a Y, and Snowden is Snowden, I think. I look at some of her color. Ooh, you might be able to tell the difference. I don't know. It's a little rough. A couple of them are a little rough. Couldn't get the white paint to come out as smooth as I'd like. I think you can tell a difference, right? You did have a great time doing it? Oh, Brenda, that's wonderful. Now, did you do it on a sheet of paper, or did you do it in a little book? You have a little book or a little junk mail or something you can put them in? Because you want to do more, right? Do some more. Oh, that looks pretty. Look, I just did some around the background in the blue. Oh, now I'll be doing that. See, just one thing adds to another. Here, let me show you this. I could get out a teal. This is more like this tropical blue is more like a teal. Thanks, Candy. See, I have to blend that. But see, that looks okay, right? Let's see, I didn't pull a turquoisey. Oh, here's one. Oh, look at there. Here's one. Just blend, blend, blend. Just a lighter touch as you come into the original color. You know, you just don't want to make heavy strokes and lines. Come on. Come on. He's trying to convince the dog to come in. We have specific commands. Is that what she's called? Cat Daphne's Gallery? Oh, okay. Okay, Shaz. Yeah, she's changed a few things, I guess. Were you able to see any of her work, Shaz, or just her name? Anyway, we have a certain command to get the dog to come in. He refuses to use the command. And then last ditch effort, he finally uses it and the dog comes in. Okay? I'm just saying. Just saying. All right. I'm a little over time. So this will not be done today. I can guarantee you that. I might make some good progress on it, but it won't be done today. You know, because I'll fiddle around with some other stuff and then until I get to my comfy chair and all that jazz. All that jazz. You know? And then I have to make sure I put the date on here. Let me just do that right now because we're together today. What is today? Let's see if I can. Oh no, I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to look there. Wait a minute. I can't see here we go. The 26th of July. Can you believe we're almost to August? Oh, thanks, Beth. Almost to August. Oh, let's write it out. July 26, 2026. And there we have it. So that's it for me for today. Gosh, I do love to color. Thanks for entertaining my desire to color today. Thanks for joining me, hanging out with me. What art? No, Lori, no art. No, Lori, no art. Oh, follow. Yeah, I don't know how she says that. I think I do follow her, Beth. Yeah. Gosh, it's so good to see you guys and have you come in and hang around with me. So if you have any questions, let me know. You know, if I forget to do something I said I would do, please let me know. I'm try to remember everything. Sometimes I write it down, but let's face it, I always lose. I always lose a note. Lose it. Always lose it. Shaz, you going to sleep? You going to go to sleep? I hope you girls with your electrolytes, I hope that works for you and you're feeling good the rest of the day. Vale, always thinking of you, sweetie. Have a good day. Take a snooze, okay? Deb, thanks for sending the picture and letting us see some of your stuff. Brenda, I'm just thrilled with your piece. It looks wonderful. Yeah, all right. So I love you all very much. Kel's at the Cove. Jacqueline's probably still doing laundry. I love you girls. Thanks for hanging out. Hope Jean's doing good at her flea market. Thank you. All right. Oh, and Malia was here. That's a special treat too. All right. So have a great rest of your day. Okay. Be good to yourselves. All right. Don't do anything silly or crazy. Remember your age. All right. Don't push. Whatever has to be done, we'll be there the next day. It's not gonna, end the world. Maybe you'll sleep. Okay. I think there's a ball game for me to watch. I don't know if I can take another game with the Yankees, but we'll see how it goes. Anywho, hopefully I will see you Tuesday evening. If not, I will post and let you know what's going on. But beyond Tuesday, I'll talk about it Tuesday, but beyond Tuesday, we'll be on vacation. I don't believe I will go live. Because I'm not going to haul a bunch of art stuff to my sisters. I did order us little watercolor workbooks, so I think she and I will do some watercolor while we're there. So that'll be fun. I have to tell Scooter. He'll be okay with it. He'll be okay with it. But that's how it is. So anyway, dear friends, don't forget, take time to be creative, enjoy the journey, and until Tuesday evening, if I can find where I put there it is, my little mouse. I shall bid you adieu. Enjoy your day. Don't forget Ann Laura on at 5, and Murray should be on a little later in the evening. And check out those girls, hang out there. Have a good afternoon. Until next time, bye-bye for now.